When multiplying and dividing positive and negative numbers, the numerical portion, meaning the number part of your answer, will be just like it's always been. So all of these 5 times 7s will have a numerical portion of 35. All of these 24 divided by 6s will have a number part of 4. The question is your final answer positive or is your final answer negative? You'll determine that, the sign of the final answer, meaning whether it's positive or negative, by looking at the sign of the original two numbers. First case is that the original two numbers both have the same sign. So both of the original numbers are positive, or both of the original numbers are negative. Both positive, both negative has the same result. Your answer is positive if the original two numbers have the same sign. Let's go ahead and practice that. 5 times 7, like I said, it's still 35. And then the sign of my final answer is positive because both of the original numbers were positive. Next example, negative 5 times negative 7. 5 times 7 is still 35, just like it's always been. But now we determine whether our answer is positive or negative by looking at the original two numbers. Both of the original numbers are negative, meaning same sign, and therefore my final answer is positive. So positive 5 times positive 7 is positive 35, and negative 5 times negative 7 is positive 35. The answer is the same, or the rule is the same when dividing. So positive 24 divided by positive 6, it's still 4. And since the original two numbers had the same sign, they were both positive, my final answer is positive. Also, negative 24 divided by negative 6 is also positive 4. That's because 24 divided by 6 is always 4. And if the original two numbers have the same sign, in this case, both negative, then my final answer is positive. Please notice this rule is the same for multiplying and dividing. So positive times positive and negative times negative is positive, and positive divided by positive, as well as negative divided by negative, is positive. Okay, the other case, different signs. Original number has one positive and one negative. One positive and one negative. Doesn't matter. Negative, positive, positive, negative. When this is the case, my answer will be negative. So same signs, answer is positive. Different signs, answer is negative. 5 times negative 7, 5 times 7 is still 35. But since we're looking at a positive times a negative, my final answer is negative. Similarly, negative 5 times positive 7 is negative 35 because we have a negative times a positive. Again, this rule applies with dividing as well as multiplying. 24 divided by 6 is 4. In any case, my final answer is negative because I had a negative divided by a positive divided by a negative. Let's go ahead and practice some more. 3 times negative 4. Think in your head what the answer is and see if it matches what I say. 3 times negative 4. Whatever case we're looking at, 3 times 4 is always 12. We determine the sign of our final answer by looking at the sign of the original numbers. Positive times negative. Positive times negative is the different sign case. That means my final answer is negative 12. Negative 30 divided by negative 5. 30 divided by 5 is always 6. And then I think, is my final answer positive or negative? Negative divided by negative, that's the same sign case, and therefore my final answer is positive. Negative 45 divided by positive 9. 45 divided by 9 is 5, and now I look at the sign of the original numbers, negative, positive. Different signs, that means my final answer is negative. Last example, negative 10 times negative 4. 10 times 4, it's always 40, and then I think, is my answer positive 40 or negative 40? Since I have original numbers that are both negative, that means I am in the same sign case, and my final answer is positive, positive 40.